Hey guys, I just wanted to start off this vlog. This is my last section of the vlog for Game of Thrones. And then after this, I will be doing my overall discussion and view on the book as well. But what has been happening is Bran has been doing his stuff in Winterfell. It's kind of a slow section. He hasn't heard of what happened with his father. He knows that his father's been held captive, but because Ned has been recently, yeah, deceased, news hasn't reached Winterfell and to himself yet. But he's having loads of these dreams slash visions of his father down in the tomb where his ancestors are buried. So that might be, yeah, his father contacting him in the afterlife. But when he's down in the crypt, we find out a little bit about the backstory of Westeros and the history about it, and about the first people that were there, and they were called the Children of the Forest, and how they loved trees, and how people came to respect them and worship the old gods, and then how new people came in and basically wrecked everything, and the children went beyond the wall, and that's basically where they are still currently, apparently. And also, some other people and some other creatures beyond the wall as well were briefly mentioned. So it was really interesting to read that part of the story and learn a little bit about the history as well, regardless about Bran's section being lackluster. Hopefully his sections improve in book 2. And I've read a little bit about Sansa, and after witnessing her father being murdered, well, not murdered, but executed in front of her by the man, or boy rather, Joffrey's not a man, she has formed all this hatred towards him. And I think that the veil has been removed from her face, and the rose covered glasses or whatever have been taken off of her, and she can see Joffrey for who he is and what he is, and she even realizes that her father was right all along about him. And Joffrey makes it clear as well that she's basically a prisoner at King's Landing and is destined to be with him regardless of what she feels. And she says something mean to Joffrey that he doesn't like, and she says, "Oh, basically, my mother has told me," and he's basically told that, and he's basically said that, oh, his mother has always told him never to hit a woman, which is right. You should never hit a woman. But then he turns to one of his servants, and the servant hits her in the face, or punches her, or slaps her across the face. And the Hound is pretty much saying to her that, I know what you're going through, but just do everything that Joffrey says. Smile and make him happy, and your time will be better. So I'm not sure where I stand with the Hound. I know he's more than what he appears to be, but I don't know if he's a bad guy or whether, yeah, or what. He's kind of a big question mark for me. Okay, guys, so what's happened with the book so far is that we've still been following Sansa as she's been in King's Landing trying to cope with Joffrey. She's finally stopped thinking about him as, a knight in shining armor, her Prince Charming, and she's discovered about what he really is. But she knows that she's in this horrible situation, and the only way that she can survive is to put up with it and try to not annoy Prince Joffrey, or King Joffrey in this case, and to try to make good of a bad situation. But with that said, she still wants to get back to Winterfell, and yeah, I just feel sorry for her because I mean I think it was too late for Sansa, even when she first met Joffrey in at her Winterfell, or even when she went to King's Landing. I think even then it was really too late for her. Her fate was set at that moment. And Joffrey's even been a bigger dick than usual, and he's shown her the severed head of Ned Stark that's been put on a pike, and he's literally gone to a wall and the castle and shown her that deliberately. So that's where she is right now. We follow Dany with the Fraki tribe, and yeah, the death of Khal Drago, and she's having all these weird dreams and not really sure about what to make of that, and about dragons, and she's found out that she's lost her baby, her son, and yeah, don't know what's going to happen with her because members of the tribe have kind of split because only the strong can lead the Fraki tribe, and now because Drago is dead, they have been all this fighting amongst the tribespeople about who can actually lead them. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes for Dany in the story. Hey guys, so I was supposed to film this last night, but I forgot. So what's happened so far is that Tywin and Tyrion have been discussing about what's been happening with Robb Stark and his war, or his battle rather. And basically Robb is winning and they don't like it. And I think that they're afraid and nervous about it as well. On top of everything, Tywin wants Tyrion, his son, to go to King's Landing and to talk with Joffrey, and I think and I think counsel him as well, and to see what's going on because he knows about all the things that Joffrey has done, and I think he wants some sort of control over him, which is going to end in tears. We've also been following Jon, and he's obviously heard about the death of his father, and he has gotten on a horse and ridden off, leaving the wall, leaving his post, and members of the Night's Watch have gone after him as friends and just said that you had taken an oath that you would stay at the wall and you cannot leave your post. We know that this has happened to your father. It's terrible, and we are sorry for you. But you chose this. You did this, and it's something that you have to do now. So they brought him back, but he's like, well, I'm here now, but they can't keep me here. It's going to be difficult for Jon, it really is, but I think he will do the right thing. And also, they've gone beyond the wall. They've gone north beyond the wall to try to find Ben Stark. I looked at the back of the book, and I'm pretty sure Ben is Ned's brother. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure. So it's interesting that we're going to have some, like backstory and exploration in book 2 with what's beyond the wall. Okay, so I finally finished Game of Thrones. So one of the most intimidating books for me, I have finally finished it just now. I mean, I've had this book in my room ever since the show. So, I mean, I didn't get this brand new. I'm pretty sure I got this second hand. But I've had this in my possession for such a long time. Been so intimidated to read it or read the series. And just now I've actually finished it. So we have been following Lady Stark. She's gone back to River Run, I think it is, where she's been meeting up with her father and Robb as well, and her father's dying. We don't really know much about him, his First time we've seen him, I think. And there's discussions about what they should do about the Lannisters, about what they should do with King Joffrey. And the book concludes with a section from Dany where she's been cremating the remains of Drago. She's made his body all nice and put the bells in his hair and put nice clothes on him as well and cremated him. And yeah, the dragons have hatched finally, so that's really cool. So this is going to be my last vlog for Game of Thrones, which is the first book in the Song of Ice and Fire series. Thank you so much for everyone that has watched this vlog series I've been doing, where I read 100 pages of the book and then do a discussion about what happened in them 100 pages. As I keep on saying in them videos, I wasn't doing it for any view counts or anything like that. It was mostly for me to use it as a stepping stone to get through this book quicker, or to get through it and not be intimidated by it so much. So thank you so much. And I was wondering whether I should continue doing it throughout the whole of the Song of Ice and Fire series, well, the books have actually been written anyway. And I think I will. There is one book that I want to read tomorrow that I've been putting off. But as soon as I finish that one, I will be going straight on to Clash of Kings and doing my vlog for that, which will still be in 100-page intervals. So yeah, it's been a real good read, and I mean, not the best. There's been sections which I've liked more than others, and characters which I've liked better than others as well, but that's typical when it comes to a fantasy book, despite its size. And I'm really pleased that I read this. It's not the most mind-blowing thing ever, but it was a real great journey. And I cannot wait to continue on with the series as well. I've got all the books, well, the ones I've been written so far, in my room, so can't wait to go through them and, continue on with this journey. And also I will be doing a separate video where I discuss my overall thoughts on this book as a whole in a separate video. Not really much of a review, because in my personal opinion you cannot do a review on this in one video and do it justice. So it's going to be more my discussion about my experience reading the book for the very first time, if I can talk. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys, and yeah, I will try to get my vlog started on the Clash of Kings as soon as I've completed the book which I am planning to read tomorrow. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my Clash of Kings vlog, whenever that's going to be.